Facebook and on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday. I have to go grocery shopping. I woke up with a headache that got worse if I laid down. So come on. There we go. So I took some ibuprofen and went downstairs and just chilled for a while, and then came back upstairs and went to bed. And then when I woke up, my husband was awake and he had made coffee, which I make coffee every morning and bring him his coffee. I usually get up between 4 and 5. And when I woke up at almost 6 o'clock this morning, he had already made coffee. That was so sweet. So, it's just those little things, Anyhow, today I'm going to talk about the law of attraction and helping people too much. So when you start using the law of attraction to your advantage and things start clicking for you, and then you see other people struggling and you're just like, hey, I got this thing. And if you do what I'm doing and you focus on the right things, your life will be better. And then they're just like, you don't understand my struggle. And how dare you say that I just need to focus on better things when my life is just full of crap. And so that's what happened to me yesterday. So I had noticed that she's a person that's local to me, obviously not going to name any names, but she's just having a hard time. Some people have passed away in her life. She's just had some problems. But I've just noticed that all of her posts have just been they were really upbeat a few weeks ago, and now they're just like, everything sucks, and this year sucks, and people suck, and I'm so unhappy. And I'm like, you're focusing on the wrong thing. I know you've had some good, experiences because I've seen your posts, but, and then she instant messaged me and just went off, and I was just like, you know what, yeah, I shouldn't have said those things. And I was going to delete my post, but I'm pretty sure she beat me to it. So I was just like, whatever. And I just said, I just want you to know, I'm just a really positive person, and when I see people struggling, I just really want to help them. And she just got offline, hasn't responded, and whatever. I'm just like, and then first she explained a few things to me about, the losses that she's had and stuff. And the thing with that is, we all have our stories. We all have loss. We all have, eventually in your life, you're going to have loved ones and friends that pass away. You're going to have breakups. You're going to have, tragic things happen, car accidents happen, and worldwide situations happen that stop everything. And it's really comes down to how you respond to those things. And of course, we all have those knee-jerk reactions. If you get in a car accident, you're gonna be upset in the beginning. But then when you can pull back, and go, you know what, this happened for a reason. I wanted, I'd been asking for a new car and I just wasn't clear on how I wanted to get it. Or, this is going to solve some issues for me financially. I mean, whatever. And you can look at that and go, really, really that's the game you're going to play here, Shelly. But that really is the game that I play. That, when something negative happens in my life, I'm just like, okay, that knee-jerk reaction, oh man, this sucks, or I'm so sad, or whatever. And then I'm just like, okay, what am I going to get from this? Because we all have our stories. I could tell you about things that have happened in my life that have just been totally tragic and totally traumatic. But that's not who I want you to know me for. I don't want to be known for that. And we all have those things. I have had great parents. I know I always knew I was loved, but I've had tragic things. I've had traumatic things. And you know, you can that whole thing, when things like that happen to you, you can be better or bitter. That you can let that make you better or bitter. And it's really up to you. Do you want to be a better person from the contrast and negativity that happens to you? Or do you want to be bitter and just let that define you? And everybody that you meet, you're just like, you know, hey, how you know, nice to meet you. I'm Shelly. Oh, you know, it's nice to meet you too. I can't believe all the stuff that's happened to me this year. And these people have died, and this happened to me, and I lost this friendship. And, you know, and it's just like, so that's your identity to that person. You know, I did a video a week or two ago about my neighbor, and, you know, I just happened to open the front door and he was walking back from the mailbox, and I was like, oh, hi, how are you? And he just went off about cancer and surgeries and this year sucking, and he like literally went off for like 2 or 3 minutes. I've met this guy like high on the street a few times, and then I just said, well, you're still walking to the mailbox, so that's good. And he's like, well, yeah. And, you know, so I just tried to put a little spin on it for him, but it was just like, why are you, I'm trying to see if anybody's commenting on Facebook, but it was just like, you know, so you just have to remember that, like, when you meet someone or someone says, how are you doing? Try to put out all the good stuff. So back to my subject, because I, you know, ramble on because that's what I do. Like when you want to help people, when your life is clicking, I call it clicking because that's how it feels to me, because I just get in this spot where I'm just like, everything's going to happen better than expected. And then it's just like click, 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 click. And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, like 10 amazing things happen today and things just keep getting better. And then the next day, you know, that's what happened the last few days. Things have just been like, boom, 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 boom. And then I'm like, this is so awesome. Is it going to even get better? And then the next day, boom, 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 boom. And it's like, yes, it's getting better, which is really awesome. And when you're in that gratitude and that abundance and everything, you want to go on the rooftops and shout it and let everybody know you can do this too. Like, this is so fun and it's so easy and it's so amazing. And then, like I said, you know, I see somebody that's struggling on Facebook and I reach out to them, and maybe not in the best way, because I was just like, hey, you get what you focus on. If you're just focusing on this being a crap year, that's what you're going to get back. You know, let's, you know, try to, you know, change that for you so you can, you know, I wish you happiness and peace, you know. And she just like went off, and I was just like, okay, never mind. Like, and that whole thing is, you have to be ready. You have to get to a point, you know, whether it's hitting bottom or just having some thing happen or just being like, enough is enough, which I guess is all the same thing. But you just have to get to this point where you're just like, I want to be better. I want to feel better. I want things to go better in my life. What's going on here? And when you get to that point, you know, you just want to share it. And sometimes, a lot of times, people just aren't ready for that. And so doing these videos is definitely my way of getting that out there. And then the people that want to see it can watch it. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But I keep running into this lesson of, you know, Shelly, this person just isn't into that. You know, they aren't ready to receive all of this positivity. I mean, through this year of 2020 and all that's going on, which I'm not going to mention because when you mention that on YouTube, they don't like it. A little censorship going on there. But that I have lost friends on Facebook, social media, and just in general, I've lost friendships in family and stuff because I'm so positive and this year has been amazing for me. And when people are like, oh, everything sucked so bad. And I'm like, oh, this has been an amazing year for me. This has been one of the best years. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. This year has taught me so much, and I've counted my blessings this year more than ever. I'm just like so happy that, this whole situation worked out great for my kids, even though in the beginning one of them was really struggling with all of it. The other one was just like over the moon happy with the situation, and just it was just a blessing for him to not have to go to school, and to be able to graduate online, and to not have to go through the graduation ceremony. There's kids that they just don't want to do that, and that's okay. And I remember doing that and thinking, yeah, it's cool to walk and wear the gown and everything, but it wasn't like that was my goal. I was just wanted my high school diploma. So anyways, yeah, just count your blessings. When you see other people struggling, just be a shining example. And they can either be like, oh, I'm sure everything's just great for you, Shelly, must be nice, while all these people are struggling. And it's just like, so would it be better if I struggled and, had all this lack and negativity? Would that make those people feel better? Hell no, it won't. I choose to be a shining example. And sometimes I get pushy with that. And that's when I have to like pull back and go, that's not my job here. My job is to just be this shining example of what can be for everybody. And, like, I'm not perfect. I have crap days. I woke up at 2 a.m. with a horrendous headache that brought tears to my eyes. And, I'm not perfect. My whole life isn't just like rainbows and unicorns, but I am really good at bouncing back when I have a hard time. I could have just been like, I didn't get enough sleep and this whole day is going to suck. And I'm not going to do my video because, I have nothing positive to say. But no, I got an extra couple hours of sleep. I am going grocery shopping because we have an abundance in our family and our life, and I get to go buy food today. That's awesome. That's first world amazingness. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm just rambling on now. So just basically, when you want to help other people, if they're not ready, don't let it get to your ego. Don't let it, don't get into that like, well, if you did this, then you'd have a better life. No, just be like, I'm sorry. Obviously you're struggling and I'm here if you need me. And so that's the better way to do it, instead of like pointing out that they're focusing on the wrong thing, because they're definitely not ready to hear that. Okay, have a great Friday. Have a good weekend. I don't know what we're doing this weekend. It's pouring down rain right now. Next weekend, well, my stepdaughter's birthday is on Monday. Hi, Mary. And then Madison is the 4th. Scott is the 6th, and our anniversary is the 7th. We got married the day after Scott's birthday, so he'll never forget that. And then the 15th of October is our 27-year anniversary of being together. Our marriage was on the 7th, but we were together for 2 years before that. So that's pretty cool to be together with somebody for 27 years. And it's also the 27-year anniversary of me quitting smoking, because when I met him, and he, at the time, had a 3-year-old daughter, I just didn't feel comfortable smoking around her. So I quit smoking, and I have not had a puff of a cigarette in 27 years. I've smelled them and thought, wow, that smells really good. And I've also smelled them and been like, ugh. I'm one of those people that if I had one cigarette today, I'd probably be back to a pack a day tomorrow. So I'm not gonna dare. That's like one of those addictive things. Like I've not had a real alcoholic drink in like 2 years. I've had like a sip of beer just to taste it, or a sip of wine or something, but to actually sit down with a drink, I just haven't had one in 2 years. And that doesn't bug me at all. like I could go the rest of my life without drinking and it wouldn't bother me. But cigarettes, I know I'd be back to it, the addiction. Okay, I gotta quit babbling on. You guys all have a great day. And I will chat with you on Monday. Bye. Oh, subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell if you want to know when I'm going on. That's for the YouTubers. You guys on Facebook, you'll just have to hang in there and see when I'm on. Bye.